and put it up here, but I decided not to because it got too long. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff going on. So today, Bounding Into Comics posted a thing about the Lando TV show coming up or in development, which is meaningless. And, Ichibaka and everybody else got really upset about it. And I'm like, well, why are we doing this? Why are we mad? What's, the deal here? And I don't get it. I don't understand why people continuously just freak out about everything they read. And I'm going to ask you a question. Bounding in Comics is not, hey, Bill Robb in the house. Bounding in Comics is not a good source. They're just as bad as, we got this covered. And Bounding in Comics then used a Grace Randolph rumor. You're welcome, Bill. Grace Randolph. When has she ever been right about anything? I think the only time I thought that she's actually had a good scoop was if you go back to 2018 when all the shit was going down during Solo, a Soy War story, and that rumor about a meeting between Lucasfilm California and Lucasfilm London went down, and it was a big kerfuffle. It was a fight, and Bob Iger was in on it listening. I think she's right about that because I didn't hear it just from her. It was everywhere. I mean, that rumor was everywhere. So I will give her about, okay, that was one, but a lot of it she's wrong on. So it's like, really? I mean, come on. So while we're taking this all as the truth, and I know Itchy didn't say that, but even putting it there and for clicks, I know that. But still, are clicks more important than the facts, than the truth? So let's go into this. Somebody on Twitter mentioned that, well, Nana is just confirming the sequel trilogy is still alive. Translated, I don't want Star Wars to be good anymore. I just want to be mad. Where did it confirm that? Because the Imperial officers that either end up dead or captured use the word order. Why don't we go back to the prequel trilogy and see how many times Palpatine himself used the word order, where Anakin used that word? Go in the original trilogy. Tarkin, I think on one of the other Moffs. Vader himself used it. Palpatine, again, used it. So to me, when you bring that up as proof, I go, where have I heard that word before? It's a word that just is part of that lexicon. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, so they use Cobb Vanth. And they didn't follow the whole story. Did they? No. I can't really see where they followed any more of the ST. Oh, yeah. The clones. All right, I'm going to bring up something that all the angry, like Not My Star Wars and several other people wanted to bring up, want to be mad about. You're missing a great big pile of information here because I know you watched The Mandalorian. I know you probably secretly liked it too. Okay. What does the New Republic have in its hands now? What? Let's go back. That X-wing fighter pilot going to Cara Dune. There's something weird going on out here, out in the Outer Rim, and she's just sitting there looking at him like, okay. But what does the New Republic have now? Well, Luke's got Grogu. You think Grogu might tell Luke what's been going on? Okay. And who's in custody? Moff Gideon. What else do they have? They have basically everything that he'd been working on. They probably could find a lab. They also have the doctor. So I'm like, you guys, you miss the forest for the trees, okay? There's a reason why Gideon tried to kill himself when he realized it was Luke coming through the door, because he knew who it was. He's the only character in that room, except I think Cara Dune knew too. She didn't say anything, but I think she knew it was Luke. And if they do it the way I think they are, I think she's probably one of the shock troopers that was under Solo's command. And if that's the case, she definitely knew Luke. Okay, she doesn't say anything, but she knows it's him. So there's the forest for the trays right there. There's all this information, and it's shoo, because your anger blinds you. Your anger blinds you, and you don't think. So let's go further. We got all these shows that are up that they've just thrown up against the wall, like trying to see if spaghetti al dente, see what sticks. I know for sure they're making Ahsoka. Obi-Wan Kenobi already started filming today, by the way. And Hayden Christensen is going to be in it, which is going to be. Let's see what else. They've got. They've got Rangers of the New Republic. They've got Rogue Squadron, which Patty Jenkins. Who else do they have? Cassian Andor, has that started filming? Does anybody know? What else is going on? But then they've got Children of Blood and Bones, which has absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars. That looks like busy work for Kennedy. They've got Acolyte, and I agree with Tom Connors, Andre, and other people that will never see a crew, that will never see an act, they'll never ever go past the development stage. They've got Lando, the girl who wrote that book, Dear White People. That was a story group Kathleen Kennedy hired. How long do you think that this is going to stay in development? Do you think this is honestly going to make it to filming? Let's explore the reasons why it won't. I have said this over and over and over and over again. But it seems to be me that people in the fandom menace who don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Disney's broke. They don't have any money. They have borrowed $40 billion. Okay? $40 billion. Okay, run that. Try to wrap your minds around that one. Maybe more now. They were $50 billion in debt already from the acquisition of Fox and Searchlight Pictures, 20th Century Fox. That's almost $100 billion, and I'll bet you now they're past $100 billion. Even though we probably won't really see a real number because Disney is about as transparent as a muddy pond. Here's the thing. Where's the money going to come from? Okay. You've got a sequel trilogy that people don't like, that true fans, as Mark Hamill put it, don't like. True fans wanted to see Luke, they want to see Han, they want to see Leia. They don't want to see, the spidery looking grease ball that killed Han Solo. I mean, you all know how that sets me off. I hate that character. And actually, all the stuff that Adam Driver's been doing just to virtue signal for parts, he pisses me off too. Okay, don't bring up the fact he was a Marine. I know a lot of Marines. You gotta impress me more than that. They can't sell the merchandise. Hey, Miyagi. KY, what does that mean? Anyway, So people go to Galaxy's Edge and don't want to see Rey. They want to see Baby Yoda. They don't want to see Kylo Ren. They want to see Darth Vader. They want to see hey, Chillian. They want to see Mando. They want to see Boba Fett. They want to see Luke. They want to see Han. They want to see Leia. They want to get more exposure to Chewie. Yep. Yeah, you're right. You must hate white men, right, Miyagi? You must hate Harrison Ford or whatever. You can get off of here now. So Miyagi's in a timeout. Anyway, I'm not going to tolerate that stuff. He's a troll. And I don't tolerate that stuff. He's just here to piss me off. Fuck Kyle Ron. All right. And, and I mean it. He's going away. They're getting rid of him. And they don't have a choice. They have to. No one likes the character. No one collects it. I mean, when you go to look at, they have a Sith pack. He wasn't a Sith, but he's in it. Why? Because they can't sell the character. And think about it. They can't sell the character. Now, I'm sure that Raylo's probably bought it as like a sex toy or something, but maybe Miyagi did too. But he wasn't even he couldn't carry Jason Solo's cape. I mean, that I did a meme once where Jason's looking at him going, pulling the Jack Palance line from City Slickers, I crap bigger than you. I mean, there's something about a well-written character who has context. And then you got, dickhead, sleazoid, mule-faced creep, But all right, well, so let's go back. That character doesn't sell. Rey doesn't sell. None of them sell. The merch. I mean, Hasbro, said that they didn't make them because Disney's so weird about the licenses. And I personally, personally, what I think is, I think you're right there, Bill. This is what I think. Here's the deal. You acknowledge that it's in an alternate universe, and that's what they're going to do. Now, who was it? Tom Connor saying that's probably what they're going to do, but it also opens up for somebody else to go back and try to change the OT in the prequels. But I have heard from somebody who's a good friend of mine, who runs Vulture, the Vulture Cultured website, gaming website. And he basically said he knows for a fact that when George sold, there was a deal where they could not reboot the prequels or the OT. They're untouchable. They have to be left alone. And I kind of believe that. I really, really do. They've stepped around it. Their only way to reboot it was through the shitty sequels. And I was 9 when in 1977. But so what do you do if you're a bean counter? What do you do if you see at the end of Mandalorian season 2, the real Luke Skywalker show up, and the fans go, suddenly everybody's like, prequel and OT fans that have been disenfranchised well over 3/4, by the way, because it was the fandom isn't split in two. The fandom is split 75% hate the sequel trilogy or more. Look at the sales. Look at the bad box office. Look at the fact everybody was like walking out of There was no joyousness walking out of The Force Awakens. There was no joyousness walking out of TLJ. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of homicidal thoughts going on in the audience. There was no joyousness going out of Tross because it barely limped across $1 billion mark, and it probably didn't make money. They're not going to tell you that, but a movie has to make 6 times what it costs to make it in order to put a profit in. And they literally refilmed over half the movie. You just kind of think about the numbers there. Again, numbers don't lie. Okay? So what do when you see Mando doing so well? You go, we got to rethink this. Okay? And the idea of remapping the universe and bringing remap the universe, and then I wish I hadn't seen it in the theaters. I really wish. I wish I'd have seen it bootleg. Remap the universe, respecting the OT characters, respecting the prequels, using what they can from the sequels, acknowledging Snoke. I mean, that's about the only thing Favreau said. He didn't say anything about anything. He didn't say a thing about anybody else. And, that doesn't mean that we're going to get the sequels. It doesn't mean we're going to get anything like that. Hey, Trayla. Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, it took me a year of real thought and talking to and watching world-class bullshitters and others talk about what a horrible movie TFA was. And there's a little bit of a side note that I'll tell you about, and then I'll get back to what I was talking about. Larry Kasdan said that Ford did express kind of regret for leaving in that movie. Now, I really think that if he had been in TLJ, that would have been vastly different. Because I think that just having him there would have put the fear of God into Ryan Johnson. I really, really do, because, Ford is Hollywood. I mean, he can say that. I mean, here's the deal. Look what happened to Shia LaBeouf, and Shia LaBeouf went off on Steven Spielberg. He's been making dorky little independent movies, but as far as getting big parts, he can't anymore. All right, why? Because he went off on Spielberg, and Ford literally called him out in public, and he never does that. Okay, I want you to remember that. Anyway, so they have to they have to change it, and they are. What I saw in The Mandalorian was indicative of a brand new set of ideas. Okay, a brand new set of ways of going, if you know what I mean. Because we've got at least 3, 4. All right, with the Book of Boba Fett, we've got Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett's picking up the slack. Mando 3 comes out. Ahsoka's going to happen. It's already, hey, James, in development. And we've got Rangers of the New Republic, which is probably the Cara Dune thing. And we'll see OT heroes, I think, slipping in and out. And I think that's where the Star Wars verse is going. Rogue Squadron, I'm not sure about that. I just kind of go, I really just don't know. I'm sorry, I can't, anyway, so, but I think they're really remapping everything. And I don't see how you go from that Luke Skywalker in Mando to whatever that was in TLJ. I don't see how it's possible. Now, somebody could try to make it logically happen, but you can't get where he was at that time in Mando and then Okay, this is a very confident, competent Grandmaster Jedi. This is not, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, doubtful, because I tell you this, the Jedi that we saw going after Ben Swolo, which Star Wars Theory has a t-shirt that says that. I want one. I want one. Um, Going after that cross between a mule, a bat, a rat, and a largemouth bass. That's what he looks like to me. Uh, is not the same character. They're two completely different people, which is why Mark called him Jake Skywalker. You know, well, I don't. It's not going to be a film. It's going to be a TV show. It's going on streaming. We're talking about Rogue Squadron now, and I'm like, you know, um, if Patty Jenkins gets a script, if the rumors about Lucas actually being the one to write these scripts are true, and she has to stick to them, she has to sit and listen to him, it might be good. If she's allowed to go totally female centric, because I mean Wonder Woman 84, oh my god, this shit just gets so goddamn tiresome, doesn't it? Um, it if she's allowed to go that way, it's not. I mean, even again, because nothing's definite. If it gets past development, okay. So we know Ahsoka's a green light. We know Rangers of the New Republic. That doesn't mean anything, Trela. And if she's working with Lucas, I mean, Lucas gave Disney treatments and they set him on fire. See where I'm going with this? A treatment doesn't mean anything. Okay, so you always gotta look. Okay, so they're developing that, and the sky's blue. You know, um, uh, we speak English here, right? I'm sorry. Uh, you know, if you can't, we've got some trolls here, I think, guys. And let me get one of my admins on if he's available. Anyway, but anyway, I get, I guess my thing is, um, I don't know what's going to happen. Damn it! Why does it do that? Uh, just hold on for a second. There. See if he comes in. If he doesn't, as long as there aren't too many people in here, I can pretty much keep the trolling down. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, we just gotta see. I think the sure bets is anything that Favreau and Filoni are doing. That's all I can say, because again, you're a money guy. You're Bob Iger. You're Bob Chapek, and you're watching the reaction to Baby Yoda and Mando and Luke returning, and you're realizing what a horrible mistake you made listening to Kathleen Kennedy. We're going with these guys. Okay. So, whatever they touch will probably get made at least one season. We'll see where it goes. You got to remember that they're going to be intertwining Mando with Boba Fett, with Ahsoka, with Rangers of the New Republic, and maybe even Rogue Squadron. They're all going to be going like that till they reach one climactic thing. Now, that being said, here's the other news. Guess what? Guess what premiered today? I know you're all just like, be still my beating heart. High Republic. I know. I can sense the excitement, the awe. I mean, what they're doing their best to get everybody excited, and it's like, this is where Disney realizes that Twitter isn't real, um, as if they didn't know that already. So anyway, I mean, it's like, um, are you gonna watch and look at the review for what one of the books? No, I've got a dog to walk, hair to wash, laundry to do, um, you know, a yard to comb. I don't know. I'm not gonna. What the? I mean, what? What? Yeah. I mean, I was like, wow, wow, just, just wow. You know, big fat hairy deal. Whoopee twang. So that's out, and Pirates and Princesses posted this, and this will kind of make you go. I think you go. Jon Favreau is talking to Robert Downey Jr. about coming to Star Wars. Now, the only character that I could see him play that would be big enough, because he is a pretty big star, right? It's not like he's some nobody, is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, he's too short to be Thrawn. He's a little dude. Robert Downey's a little, he's a dwarf. So they're going to have to do something with his height, because I can't see Thrawn being, you know, being a short dude. My dream has always been for Jeremy Irons to play Thrawn. I think he just has that look, but if they do it right, with today's technology, they can make him look 8 feet tall. He doesn't have to be. He at least should be 6 feet tall, imposing. So yeah, so if that's the case, yeah, a lot of people are saying, well, I don't see how Thrawn fits into the sequels. He doesn't. Duh. Duh. It should be very, if and if it's Favreau and Filoni, he'll likely take the role. So you can see him with his haircut real short, blue skin. They'll probably put contacts in his eyes and then do something with the computer and make him look red. So it looks like a chess, and it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna look way cool. I mean, it's gonna, yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that. See what happens with that. So there's that. But as far as like when I'm talking about the outrage porn, you gotta take, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. I'm. If that happens, if he is, if because they're bringing Thrawn in no matter what, and if they're doing what I think the theory and the speculation is that they're mapping everything out. And they have Thrawn involved. How do you get from Thrawn to the sequel trilogy? You don't. I mean, and that's the point. Uh, you know, uh, Favreau acknowledged it. There's an acknowledgement, but it doesn't mean you're going that way. I mean, if you're John, I mean, you can look. Here's something I want you to think about. Did anybody really know for sure that Mark Hamill was going to be in at the end of Mando? No. You want to know why? Oh no, I don't. He's not that good of an actor, Dakare. You gotta have someone that's really a good actor, and Robert Downey Jr. is Oscar nominated. I think he actually won for Charlie Chaplin. You know, but like I said, I think Jeremy Irons would have been freaking awesome. He's so tall. He's got that face. I've seen art using him as Thrawn, and it was like, holy crap. I mean, it was cool. I mean, that I could see that. In fact, my thing is if they had done Heir to the Empire, which they should have, instead of whatever they did. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, could you see him sitting there in that white uniform with his hands like this, leaning back, And you got the guy playing Pelion, and he goes, "Tell me, Captain Pelion, do you collect art?" I mean, it's like, just, I get Jeremy Irons from that. I really, really do. But you know, I talk a little bit about Favreau. I lost my train of thought here, but Favreau's one of us. You can't think he liked what he saw. Okay? You can't think, you know, he was like, "This is great." You know, um, you can't. And because, like I said, there weren't any leaks. There are never any leaks coming out of Mandalorian, especially with that one. And that was a big one. That was a big one. And I mean, I speculated it was Luke because it was the only logical choice, the only Jedi that I could see showing up. That's why I thought it would be Luke. Yeah, they will, and that's my thing about it. But you know, with the deep fake, sorry, with the deep fake of Mark Hamill, I think they could do it. They'd have to make Robert Downey Jr. look taller because he's just too short, and you go from there. So, you know, but you know, as far as where this is going, I don't see. I knew, but Bill, I knew everybody knew she was going to be in one of the episodes because Rosario Dawson was slated to be in one, so, and we all knew she was going to play Ahsoka. So, but you know, she wasn't a surprise. Mark was for everybody. The only reason why I got it right is I speculated it would be Luke because he was the only one that made sense. And I'll never forget the look on Gideon's face when he realized it was one X-wing, and then he saw who it was. You know, I was like, "You're fucked. Everything you're trying to do is screwed. You are done." Okay. Oh, but it was known she was signed to it, and you know she was it was well known. It was she was playing Ahsoka by everybody. So, but anyway, and I, you know, but where am I going with this? You know, so I don't really see Favreau and Filoni actually. I mean, and this proves one thing: that Filoni's a company man, and that means he's gonna put hitch his wagon. Yeah, but she was gonna be in this season's Mandalorian. We all knew that. Filoni's the kind of guy I think that hitches his wagon to whoever is in charge. So, you know, which is a good thing for him, don't you think? Anyway, so I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. This is a really interesting time right now. You've got the mothership company in financial duress. Governors in states, Gavin Newsom in California, basically telling him to fuck off. Those are hundreds of thousands of jobs. All right. Gavin Newsom has no F's to give about the people in California, which is why he's probably going to be recalled. You know, Disney's in dire straits, and they have to do something. And I'm sorry, but Kyle Ron and Ray the Betava are not paying the bills. They're not Star Wars. Okay, they're not. So, you know, I'm just very interested. I think Ethan Van Sciver's right about all this. I think Time at Midnight's Edge and Andre are right, you know, but you gotta look at the money. And I keep telling people in the fandom menace, quit being angry and start looking at the money. Quit it. All right? Because I'm telling you right now, they're giving you what you want. You're getting what you want. And if you keep complaining, they're going to quit giving you what you want. Okay? Carrot or the stick. All right. Anyway, so I got to go because I got to make some lunch. Talk to y'all later. This is Steph. See you around the galaxy to you trolls. You know, go have fun in your alternate universe and please leave the rest of us alone. If you really cared that much about Star Wars and you're that big of fans, you would have put billions of dollars more in the box office and you'd have bought all the goddamn toys. And none of you did any of that. And how do you make money in film? It's not the box office, but that helps. It's the merchandise. And you didn't do a damn thing. So, sorry. Money talks, bullshit walks. I'll see you around the galaxy, guys.